Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of the Women's Fishing Network, brought to you by Ghost to 11 Media. I am your Tuesday host, Amanda Weeb. You can find me on Instagram at Wild Girls Alberta, and we are out on the lake doing some late summer fishing. And today we are targeting a species that I have not targeted a ton on this channel, which is perch. And we are going to do something a little bit different today. I picked up this super cool kit from the dollar store of all places. So the challenge today is to try and catch a perch using only the contents of this package. So hang out with me while I get this thing set up, and hopefully we hook into some tiny little perch today. So I'll quickly go through some of the contents of this package. Danielle's just untangling the main spool for me because she likes to untangle stuff and I don't. So it came with some hooks. They look to be, I don't know, about a size 10, maybe a size 8, I don't know. Some swivels and some split shot weights. The hooks, they might be just a little bit big for perch, but we'll see. There are also trout in this lake. I'm hopeful, but I'm not holding my breath. It would be super cool to catch a trout, but it's pretty late in the season and this is a pretty pressured lake, so hard to say. This tiny little spool of line, which I'm guessing is probably like a 6 or a 4 pound fluoro, a little slip bobber, and then there's also a bobber and a hook, just a snell hook on that little spool. So we're gonna put something together with this, and I'm gonna be fishing with worms today. I went and picked up a pack of trout worms from a local bait shop. So hopefully all of this combined is the ticket to catching a tiny little Alberta perch. Let's see. Now I won't show it on camera because I know some people are squeamish, but I do carry a tiny little pair of scissors in my bag for cutting line and stuff like that, but it also works really well for cutting these worms up. The perch that we're chasing after are very little, so they have tiny little mouths. So we're not throwing on big old full night crawlers. We're just going to cut off a little tiny chunk of worm and hook that up. But yeah, I'll save the visual for you guys. Sorry, worm. We appreciate your sacrifice. Hopefully it will not be in vain. Okay. We're going to drop a little line down. So something that I've noticed when I'm fishing for perch is they really love that drop. I don't know if it's just like the movement of the bait or what, but they really seem to get keyed up when you have your bait fall. So if you notice that you're not getting bites, it's good to jig up and down, or to, pull your bait back up and let it drop down. We got some pretty decent water clarity here today, which is allowing me to have a good look at where my bait's hanging out. Okay, so this is the setup here. It's just this tiny little spool with a bobber, and on the end of it, a snell hook, which I've already attached my worm to. I am going to throw a split shot on this. It weighs absolutely nothing, so it'd be pretty tough to get it down to the bottom. So just bear with me while I do that. And we're going to get this little bitty out in the water. I'm going to put my split shot a couple inches up from my bait. And you still kind of get that floating action. Pinch. And that's what she looks like. And down we go. figure out the depth so I can set my bobber. I don't really need the bobber, but it's part of the kit. So we're just gonna use it anyways.
It's on there.
Interesting. Who would have thought a setup from the dollar store wouldn't be the best? Not me. Not me. Okay, here we go. Oh, weird. It just looks like crap. But as long as it works, that's all that matters. So the bobber today might be a little bit tough. It is quite windy, so there's quite a bit of ripple on top of the water. Kind of gives the illusion that your bobber is always bobbing. So we might wind up fishing more with feel than with anything. Well, you know how we do things around here. It's snack time. So we're gonna dig into some beef jerky, Big Chief, what else? And hope that the fish also feel like it's snack time. Oh man, that's the good stuff right there. I just feel invigorated now, ready to tackle any obstacle. Maybe go portage this island real quick. Just feeling inspired. I also only had toast for breakfast, so. I'm gonna eat that whole bag, just so you're aware. So because I'm basically using a hand line, I decided to stop using the bobber. Perch fishing can really be by feel. They're tiny little bites. It's very subtle. So I've just decided to start using my hand instead of counting on the bobber, because I don't want to miss a single bite. So with any luck, now that I'm doing that, I'll feel anything and be able to set the hook right away. We are also fishing in like crystal clear conditions right now, which means that we can keep an eye on the bottom and determine exactly where we're fishing. So right now we're kind of floating over a little bit of a sandbar, kind of surrounded by weeds. That change in structure can be a relation point for these fish. So it could potentially be a little bit of a hot spot for them to hang out. So we're kind of trying to float around that and see if it'll work out in our favor. Also with my hand, as you can see behind me there, I'm able to jig my bait a little bit, so to keep it moving, keep it interesting, make it seem like it's a live presentation. Would you guys guess that there's maybe a little bit of a hot spot over there, where there's like 8 other boats? Don't worry, we're gonna go over there. we're trying to aim for some sandy patches here again. I think this is sand. It's either sand or there's a glowing orb down there. So we'll see. Quick little chip for luck. So we've moved into a little bit deeper water, probably actually about 4 feet deeper than we were in previously. We can't see here, but we weren't getting bit anywhere else. So we're going to move all over and try and find the fish. So the perch bite is proving difficult. We've moved a couple of times. Wow, there's that wind again. With no success. As I had mentioned, there are trout in this lake. So I'm just going to take a couple of casts with my ultralight rod and test my might, see if we can hook up to a little rainbow. But we will move and try again for perch in a different spot. But after talking to a few people out here, it sounds like the bite is very slow today. So it just might not be our day. Alright, you guys, we're probably going to call it a wrap. Today was a tough day. Just could not figure out where the perch are hiding. We talked to quite a few people who are out here too, and no one's having any luck. So it's just one of those days, I think, which is fine. It was absolutely beautiful, sunny, warm. We had a really great paddle around the lake. The water was crystal clear, so it was neat to get a look at the bottom and where all the different structure is and everything like that. It's pretty good intel for ice fishing season. Now we know a couple of hot spots on the lake that we're excited to come back and drill some holes on top of. So yeah, that's going to be it for me today. So a huge shout out and thank you to Ghost 11 Media. We appreciate all the support and all the work and effort that goes into editing our videos. And a huge thank you to all of our sponsors as usual. Make sure you guys are checking them out at fishingandoutdoors.ca and/or .net if you are not located in Canada. Yeah, so I will be out and about in the next couple of days, hopefully getting some different footage for you guys. And that being said, I can't wait to see you guys next Tuesday.